Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Westerbot here, and I will be reviewing the anime Canaan today. Now, what Canaan is about, pretty much, at first it's gonna look like then again, it is your typical run-the-mill action genre. But what Canaan is about is that you have these reporters, and they were sent to investigate rumors of a disappearing village in somewhere in the Middle East. And during a celebration of the Chinese New Year in downtown Shanghai, the main character Maria is reunited with an old friend who the show's named after, Canaan. And after all these crazy events happen, they find themselves turns out that the missing village in question was part of some grand government conspiracy. Now, I'm going to tell you a few things that I liked about it, what I didn't like, and then my overall thoughts, and then who I'm going to recommend it to now. What I liked about this series is that it was very well animated. I mean, this was like high budget stuff. It was short, so that was also another good thing about it. You're not going to dedicate too much time about yourself. You can finish the whole thing in roughly around 3 hours. You had a very interesting and colorful cast of characters. It's like the comic relief character Yun, who tries to attract customers to where she works by stuffing her bra with whatever is larger than her current cup size, which I found to be quite lulls inducing at times. Then you have the loose cannon Lang Chi, who made the show interesting a lot and gave birth to one of the underground internet jokes. Get some, get some, get some, get some. Anyway, and who else was there? And then there's also Hako, who I call this ability having the voice of God, because whenever she spoke, your head would explode. That is the most matchless thing ever. I want that power now. Also another good thing I like about this is the oh shit factor. There's like several moments where they make you say, "Oh shit, are they going to make it?" It kept you on the seat of your pants and kept you tuned in for a while. And the final thing that I liked about it sort of felt like like a remember back in the '90s, back when movies were good. It sort of felt like you were watching Die Hard at times because of all the crazy shit going on. And as my old man once said, you can't have the good without the bad. As much as I enjoyed this, if because of its short length, it felt that the plot felt a bit rushed. There were a few plot holes that sort of I had issues with, and overall the story was kind of corny and unoriginal. But then again, what isn't these days? And another issue I had were these very very awkward moments between Maria and Cannon. These I'm going to call them "would you just hurry up and kiss" moments, because I understand where they're going because there's an underlying tone and theme of friendship and sisterhood, but sometimes they made a bit. Sometimes they're trying to point out something. Yeah, and unfortunately, they never got to kiss. But I came to the conclusion with a good friend of mine after hours of deliberation that if Ken were to kiss Maria, her head would explode because of how Segoy it was. And the final problem I had with it is in the first 3 episodes, you wonder if it's even going to go anywhere. Because it was sort of, it's slow to take off, but once it gets taken off, gentlemen, below and behold, you have yourself that's going to keep you entertained for a while. In short, it wasn't half bad. It's better than some of the stuff that's coming out nowadays. It probably would have been better if it was like a 2 hour long movie, because there were a few parts that I personally felt were a bit unnecessary. It's but this is a show in which the personalities of the characters make up for the lack of depth within the plot. But if you're looking for something that's as deep and thought-provoking as Evangelion, or something that's going to make you confused beyond belief like Higurashi, then I don't recommend it to you. But if you're looking for something to pass the time, or you want to take a break from all the giant robots and samurai and DBZ clones been watching, or you just want a breath of fresh air, then I highly recommend this to you. And also is like also personally I would recommend this to anyone who enjoys Ridley Scott films such as myself. So above all, if I were to give this anime a letter grade, I would have to give it a B. Okay, I guess that does it for this review. Till next time, YouTube, peace.